Welcome in, everybody. So, this is Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake Solo Hero Dracky Quest difficulty. We are going to be picking a male character, and we're going to be playing on the easiest difficulty. And there are some major differences between these difficulties. Dracky Quest, the most important thing, your character can't die, which makes the run a lot faster, consistent, and other things. Dragon Quest, normal difficulty, your character can die, and certain bosses will have regeneration. Dracky Quest removes the regeneration, among other differences. And then Draconian is just less experience in gold. I haven't tried Draconian myself. So, game is about ready to start. And does the timer just go by my timer on screen, or does somebody have to start a timer? I forgot to ask Countess that before starting. Because if it just goes by my timer, then I'm just good to begin. Okay, well, can't remember if it's after, it's when I confirm settings. Alright, so if you're ready, I'm ready. I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. So, starting this game off, it has a personality quiz that will affect your stat growth for the rest of the game. And we're going to be going with the Paragon personality, which is also used, I believe, for the regular any percent. It basically boosts strength, and pretty much every other stat isn't very good. And it's just to get damage. Lots and lots of physical damage. We're just gonna mash through this, and we're basically just gonna mash our A button. Because you just have to answer yes to everything to get into the right scenario. And this will put us into the village, or the well, or the demon, or whatever you want to call this one. Basically, we spawn as a demon, we pop out of a well, or a monster, we burn this guy, and then we leave. And that makes us Paragon, because we only killed one person and didn't kill, like, the entire village, which gives you different personalities based on how many people you kill in that scenario. Or what people. And then at the beginning here, we're going to do a little bit of menuing after the cutscenes to make things go a little easier and faster. As well as grab a strength seed out of the drawer over there.
Morning. After all, this is well.
Alright, so for settings, we want battle speed ultra fast, and we want text running on toggle, as well as text speed ultra fast. So now, I don't have to hold a button to run, which is easier on my fingers. I still have to hold a button to skip cutscenes, though. I kind of map my keys to a QWER layout. But the hotkeys are customizable in this game. Alright, other than that, our first goal, we're going to be going to get the Thief Key, which will let us unlock red doors. There's 3 keys in this game that let you unlock different doors. The Thief Key is the red door, the Magic Key are silver doors and red doors, and then the Ultimate Key, which allows you to unlock the jail cell and big colorful doors and other stuff. Basically all the doors from the Ultimate Key. This version is beautiful. The graphical overhaul for this has been insane. I'm also going to grab a holy water here. I will try and use for later if I remember this time. Last marathon I did, I grabbed that and then completely forgot about it. Chimera Wing, a little bit of money, and we're going to move on from this town. More HP, more regen, more damage, you do less. Yeah, Draconian is very, very awkward, and nobody's run the solo hero Draconian yet because it is a headache to route. Actually, it wouldn't probably be as much of a headache to route, it would just be a headache to play. Normal difficulty solo hero is already hard enough because Bones of Baramos, the second to last boss in the game, is a major run ender. And it's the main reason I stopped running normal difficulty solo hero. I didn't like getting a run all the way to the final 2 bosses, dying to Bones repeatedly and losing a half hour because I just couldn't get a good run. So we're grabbing some overworld items here, namely we're looking for strength seeds and luck seeds. So I just got some seed pickups and some other generic item pickups that I'll be selling for money later on, which we'll use mostly to buy oomph powders. And now we're heading for the Tower of Najima to go get the Thief Key by taking the sewer pathway. This is the fastest route I have found so far to get through the Dreamer's Tower. They changed the name of like everything in this version from the older versions. So I guess because this is the HD 2D remake, it's the definitive edition. These are all the updated names of all the locations in the game. Oh, in the other versions, you'll have a lot of different names. I like the Game Boy Color names myself. Some of these names, I feel like they got lost in translation. There's also a typo I will be pointing out later on. Both Garboil and the final boss Soma have a typo in one of the things they do. I love the Game Boy Color version. It has so much extra stuff. I really miss having the Pachisi tracks. Also, started going the wrong way there. I need to go down from here. So yeah, I will forever miss... I will forever miss the Pachisi tracks from Game Boy Color. So the Zoma and Garboil, it says they fouse, or they're fousing, or fouses, or whatever. I believe it's supposed to say focuses. And it basically boosts their moveset and their spells and everything. And there's Thief Key.
Don't either.
And then we're going to take a Chimera Wing, and for some reason we just immediately have access to Reeve. In this version, I don't know why it automatically gives you access here, but it does. I meant to go outside. Take an extra loading zone, it's fine. Alright, we want this side because there's gold here we grab. So now we gotta go in this house, which was locked by the Thief Key. this guy, and he will give us the Wrecking Ball, which in older versions is a magic bomb. It's basically the same thing in this version, except it's just named Wrecking Ball. I don't know why. I guess putting the name Bomb on something isn't appropriate. Magic Ball in the NES version. Okay. So, NES version, it's Magic Ball. Game Boy Color, it's Magic Bomb. This version, it's Wrecking Ball. I definitely say I love the Game Boy Color name of it's just straight up Magic Bomb. They had no hesitation making that the name. So there is a strength seed over to the left here, but I am going to skip it. And as you can see, I just got knocked to 1 HP. My character cannot die. Oh, the joy of Dracky Quest. My character is basically an unkillable god sent on the quest to destroy all the demons in both the light and dark world. And bring light back to the dark world. Who mysteriously disappears after doing so. Also very much on a vengeance for the demons killing said character's father. And skip. Hey, the wall's mysteriously gone. So the beginning of this game's very straightforward. It just go get the key, go get the bomb, go through a bunch of dungeons. Don't really do much, just collect items. And pretty much not gonna be fighting anything. It's not worth the extra time to kill these with our weapon, and they're not really worth enough XP yet. We'll be getting a very good weapon soon. I have not seen a release date for them yet. I'm very curious myself because I plan to speedrun both of them as well. I've never played 1 and 2, any of the originals or versions of them, and I'm really looking forward to going in blind with the HD remakes and just figure things out and then route from there. And then realize that my route was trash and just go by whoever has the top route and modify it from there. Oh. Misclicks. Also, I forgot. It is faster to menu with the arrow keys to flee instead of holding W. Or holding your key for fleeing. But I have to pay close attention to it. And the only way I'm ever gonna have a faster run when running away, like, consistently like that, is if I am pure focus mode. $2025 sometime. So, should be getting them this year. I'm really looking forward to them. Survive the NES version of 2. How bad is it? End of 2025. Oh, something to look forward to at the end of the year. I'm also going to be trying my best to stick to grasslands and avoid forest tiles wasteland tiles, desert tiles, and all that. When able, the encounter rates go up for basically any tile that isn't regular plains. Alright, next up, we're going to be heading to get a warp point and a couple more items by going north here. Hard and unforgiving. Gotcha. Trying to play this game on normal difficulty, on the Game Boy Color version specifically, without knowing anything about the game, can be fairly difficult. This version made things a lot easier. It added autosave, it added a lot of things that just made the game easier. If you want a version of 3 that's very forgiving, play this one. HD 2D Remake's beautiful and very beginner friendly. Playing the Game Boy Color one, not forgiving at all. Oh yeah, the heal on level up is insane. Lots of seeds, yep. All the map items they added. They just added a ton of items to the overworld. They added the secret areas, which also give even more items. Wait. 3 was on the DS? I know 3 had a remake. So 3 had the NES or SNES for Super Famicom version. It had the Game Boy Color version. It had the mobile version. It had the Switch version, which was an edit of the mobile version. And then it had the HD 2D remake, which was released on 3 or 4 different Oh, did they not update the stream title? It's supposed to be 3 HD 2D remake. They'll get it fixed soon. Hopefully. Yeah, game category needs fixed. And top left? Top left's fixed. Okay, it's just this type game category, I believe, that needs fixed. Okay, up in here at the tower, head back out, going down, pick up some seeds, and more warp wings, and some other junk items to sell. So oddly enough, in my world record, I do skip this one, but then I get it later because I didn't get enough level ups by the first boss fight that I couldn't use the zoom spell like I wanted. So there's still definitely time save in my record. It's just a matter of, can anybody, including myself, get a run that just does it better? And also just has better luck. The main thing that gave me my record, though, there is a boss called the Ripper. It's a new boss to this version. There's a lot of new bosses in this version that the other ones don't have. The Ripper's the first one in the pyramid. There's the Garboil, and then there's the Solobaramos 1 fight. Normally you'd only fight him in the final gauntlet, but they added another location. And, Ripper is terrible. Very, very annoying boss fight. And I hate it with a passion in any any run. Any run of this game, Ripper is the first major frigging reset point because of how bad he is. Looking forward to it, Scarlet. I haven't been running the game lately because I took world record and then I wanted a break from Dragon Quest. Getting a lot of encounters. Somewhat rough RNG to start. Oh yeah, we also have all the Dragon Quest Monsters games that I'd love to see remade at some point. I didn't even get to play many of those. Alright. We have made it to a sham. Should have named it a scam, because we're gonna be going to the scam seller to buy a weapon. But first, we have to sell stuff. But first, sell all our armor, we don't need that. Sell herbs, who needs healing? Don't need stamina seeds. The main thing we need are anything that boost strength, magic, and luck. And attack. So we're keeping our tough guy tattoo. We go ahead and transfer that to our character. Put that in the wrong slot. Supposed to be in sub-accessory. So there's personality changing accessories in this game. If you put them in the main slot, they will change your personality. If you put them in the sub slot, they will not change your personality. The tattoo is one of those. We're gonna buy an edge boomerang here. And buy a couple oomph powders. By a couple, I mean 3. We're gonna go ahead and equip the boomerang and use all our seeds. And we'll hold off on moving the oomph powders to our inventory. And now we're gonna head west into the desert. And we're gonna set our character tactics to no mercy. Or don't use MP, sorry. And we're just gonna attack encounters along the way to try and get some experience. Some encounters I won't take, however. Wild apes are one of the encounters I won't take, and crabs are another. Then there's some little unique ones that fit a certain role that I don't like. So that's really nice. I got to level 6 on the first fight. My world record gets to level 5 on first fight. Hitting multiple level ups saves a little bit of time. Because normally you'd go through an animation for each level you hit. But in this version, if you get, say, level 1 to 6, you're only getting one animation for 6 levels instead of 6 individual animations. The reason I will not be doing man versus gorilla, they have a tendency to summon a lot of other gorillas, and it could potentially make the fight take a lot of excess turns for not very much XP. The level lumped together, yeah, it is beautiful in this version. It also makes it nice for whenever you need to change the personality of a character when you do have a party. that you can just go kill a couple liquid metal slimes and go from like level 1 to 30 and be perfectly happy that you didn't have to go through 30 animations for level ups. I was routing 100% of this game. I am still, taking notes for 100% of this game, but I have not attempted to run it yet, because I keep learning new strategies for bosses. And eventually I want to do 100% of this game. Normal difficulty with a full party. Not yet, though. It's going to be a nightmare of a run. Ruler Pillars are really nice enemies for experience, but they do get double attack, and they do have a chance to run away. I'm hoping I can just kill all 3 of those without them running away. Hey, we got him. And I'm hoping I get to at least level 13 pre-Ripper, because 13's where I got my world record on. I just need 13 by the time I get to Ripper. I'm not gonna take the crab. This is a nice fight otherwise. It's a very specific reason we don't fight the crabs. One, they have really high defense. We are on Dracky difficulty. The character literally cannot die in this difficulty level. And it makes for a very, very fun run, where you'd really just don't have to worry about anything. It's just all gas, all go, just kill everything, keep moving. I find the run very entertaining. Except when you play too much of anything, you get bored of it after a while. I took a break from Dragon Quest speedruns for a while. So I'm a little rusty. Here we're grabbing the Meteorite Bracer. Yes, we did take it. Thank you for letting us keep it. We're gonna go ahead and equip that in our main accessory slot. Use the string seeds we got earlier. And then we're gonna get back out of here. I'm pretty sure he lets you keep it no matter what you say to him. But the skeleton guy does have different dialogues for each option. It's just easier to mash basically whatever your A buttons map to. Such a nice guy letting us keep the best accessory in the game, doubling your agility stat. It's such an awesome accessory. I guess there's a couple other accessories that are arguably the best. Stop here for an oof powder, head north to the pyramid. Yep, I have not skipped Robin Hood, and in this version, you're actually not allowed to skip him. You will get blocked from going to Portoga if you try to skip him. I don't know if you can skip him in any version, really. So, mostly we were just picking up items to get ready for both Robin Hood and Ripper. Now, I did try a run where I started Ripper first, but the downside is I don't get as much experience beforehand, so my character's not as strong in that run, but it does give you an earlier reset point if anybody wanted to try that routing. So, now we're here. I got a Skyfell. Yeah, Dracky mode makes it so your character literally cannot die. It is very funny and very fun. But there is also a curse to not being able to die. Getting hit by sleep is such a time waste. And you will find out how bad that is when we get to Ripper, depending on how the killers want to act. Also, Dazzle is really annoying. Yep, Whack will also not kill you. Paralyze in this version doesn't kill the hero immediately, and if it did, Solo Hero would probably be impossible. Paralyze in the Game Boy Color version is terrible, and I'm pretty sure all others prior to this, because it just auto-kills Solo Hero. The good news about Whack and Thwack, if you get any of the life stones, they do have a one-time prevention of death spells. Solo Hero is immune to getting blown away. If you have just one party member, that move does nothing. And when you have multiple characters, I think they can be blown away, though. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, in this version they're called diamonds. I still like calling them life stones. Because life counteracts death. Also, if you notice, I'm running away from some fights in this place and taking others. I really shouldn't take the Cumulo ones here because they have a chance to use Dazzle, but I've gotten lucky so far. Yeah, die, amend. And that's funny because there's an actual diamond. Grab this chest for a prayer ring, which we're literally just gonna sell all these prayer rings we pick up for money. Amend, like to make amends, to repair something, or to fix something. I think. So it amends death. So you were supposed to die, but you didn't because it fixed you. I guess. I guess there's also probably other definitions of amend. Okay, now we're gonna put our oomph powders. And what's nice about this, the AI is smart enough to use an oomph powder on this first turn. So we don't even have to change tactics to follow orders or anything. Missing Robin Hood there kind of sucks though, because that's going to take an extra turn now. We still got there. And that's the first quote-unquote boss fight. Level 12 is really good. And then we have to let him run away. Now, for personal reasons, I'd normally want to pick up this crown just because I like grabbing it, but to save time, I'm not going to. Also, I forgot I don't get Zoom yet, so I need a Chimera Wing to the pyramid. Alright, now we are heading to the next boss fight, Ripper. And hopefully this fight goes well. Because Ripper is, as I said, the first major reset point of this run. For any normal attempts at world record. You have a bad Ripper fight, you don't continue the run. This is also a really good fight for XP. I believe this is the best pyramid fight you can get for XP. Now there is a bleed zone between the Baharata region and the Asham region. So this isn't the best XP per minute area, but like we're not worried about that for Dracky. Or any run, for that matter, has yet to make use of the bleed zone I found, but you can get regular metal slimes during nighttime in the other area. It is for the extra stats and extra levels kitsune, And the reason mostly for that is I'm not taking the Golden Claw. That would be crazy. It's mostly for the extra stats, because Ripper's buddies, the Killas, have the Glare ability, which puts your character to sleep. So you need to kill them as fast as possible. Speaking of sleep, Overtoad's trolling me here a little. Actually, I don't get Kazap ever in the run, Scarlet. You never reach the level for it. I end up using all the different variations of slashes, though. Flame Slash, Lightning Slash, Gust Slash, Falcon Slash. We use literally all of them at some point in the run. Yeah, we switched to a Paragon build, which is just pure strength. And, yeah. It turns out each of the bosses have their own elemental weaknesses that the hero can use. I don't know if I can get to 14 before Ripper. It's Corpse. Alright, now the door's open to Ripper. Yeah, the normal difficulty. The Vamper. Used to be called Sexy Personality at one point in Game Boy Color version. We did hit level 14 and got a free magic water. Alright. Next up. Make sure everything's good. This is Ripper. So, tactics, follow orders. We're gonna try to use an Powder. And hope we don't get hit by Glare. We did get hit by Dazzle. We got hit by Glare. Fortunately, probably wasted that Powder. Did get a Wake Up. Did get hit by Glare again. Okay, got the Wake Up. Okay, no Glare. I should kill the Killa on this hit. Maybe. It missed. Because we got hit by Dazzle. Oh, nope, healed too high. And hit by Glare. Hit by Glare again. And this is why we hate Ripper. And instantly back to sleep. It was almost good until that Dazzle landed. Oh, 30 to 40, holy crap. Instantly back to sleep. And this boss is why the estimate's at 3 hours. I'll try a Flame Slash. Nope, that did not do enough. It would also help if the second killer would just stop healing as well. It has gotten very obsessed with healing, which is also just bad RNG. I know, I've never had that happen before. I know the Ripper's gonna run out of MP. Seriously, it's just obsessed with healing. This is ridiculous. Oh my, we finally got rid of it. Now I can use another oomph powder. And then we get hit by Dazzle. Alright, now it's just, yep, he ran out of MP, called it. And this Dazzle is a pain in the butt. Alright. Ripper's down. 5 minutes of time loss. Yay. But hey, we got the level 18. Grab this for money. And there's Magic Key. Thankfully, that's the main scuff point of this run. The only other trolly things can happen are Orochi using a lot of Burning Breath and me getting hit by it. Oh, I forgot to do something. Shouldn't have even had this encounter. This is what the holy waters are for. They're supposed to prevent encounters in this area. Alright, now we have the magic key, we can go through here, and defeating Robin Hood also clears the path. Also, they put in safety locks on the ultimate key. So if you try to run a rando of this, or just try to put items in your inventory that you're not supposed to, or grind a mage up to the point of getting the unlock spell, they put a guard in front of all the ultimate key doors or some sort of blocker. Like, I think one of them literally has a cat sitting in front of it or something. So if you get the unlock spell by leveling up, they do not let you sequence break anything in this version. And I don't know why. Not very nice. So, yeah. Yeah, if you don't have the ship, but you get the unlock spell, you still can't move the game, or can't go through the game until you get the ship. Some of the cats are disguised monsters. Alright, since it's nighttime, we have to use the inn here. There is a disguised monster cat in the town. I believe it's a sham that has a monster locked behind the magic key at nighttime. We are gonna get the treasury items here. I did skip some strength seeds outside. Or a strength seed outside. I don't believe I'm gonna go back for it. Cats have gravity magic. That's one good way of explaining it. That'd also explain why they always land on their feet. Alright, now we're gonna go to Aleahan. And we're gonna loot the treasury here. There's also some fun text from the guard if you speak to them. Not speaking to the guard. Alright. All the stuff here. We're gonna go ahead and equip the Mighty Armlet. Zoom. Outside of Sham. Yeah, cats have really good hearing. I have 2 pet cats. One is eating right now. Say hello to Nordy the Dwarf. I actually didn't get the voice line for him. I mashed fast enough. I'm gonna try another holy water, but I don't think it'll stop the encounters. And I was right. Alright, now we're into an area where we're not high enough level. Now, something else about this run. I've routed this area so many times, just running from that cave to Baharata in like 10 different ways to see which one was fastest. And even at the end of like this hour-long session of trying all the different paths, the results came up inconclusive because encounters don't like to be nice to me. So I've tried sticking to just the grassland and avoiding all these wasteland tiles. I've tried sticking to the forest. I've tried sticking to the wasteland path like I just did there. And regardless of what you do, even with the lower encounter rate of the grassland, unless you like get the perfect path every single time and have it like perfectly memorized, just go around the outskirts and it's kind of the most consistent. It's like Either you take the perfect path to the grassland and get the least amount of encounters, which technically would be the fastest, but it's the hardest to memorize, or take the path I just took and deal with the encounters along the way. Yeah, the results are encounter RNG. Regardless of what you do, the path from that cave to Baharata is literally just cursed. And even if you take the perfect path, you have to get good encounter RNG along with it, and it'll save like maybe 3 or 4 seconds. Alright, we'll stop here at Kidnapper's Cove. We'll be back here in a minute, but we just want the teleport point. And we're going up to All Trades Abbey. We need to buy a weapon, and then head to another warp point that we want. Zoom point, warp point, teleport point. Place we need to go later. And pretty much every location in this version, that's the trick, because it's Solo Hero, we never pick it up. Invisible goof-off following us the entire time. Who doesn't actually need it because you can just get him to level 20. Alright. So now, Edge Boomerang, gone. Other random equipment we don't need anymore, gone. Bye, Gustarang. Flip, Gustarang. Leave all trades. Faster to evac than it is to walk out. Oh, we head east for a little bit. Seed pickup. Now, something else. The luck stat in this game is super important. We do have to do an escort quest, pick up a merchant, and then go to Newtown, yeah. That is an unpreventable thing. Like, I just consider it an escort quest, you don't actually use them in any fights or anything. Let me go here. And... oh, not evac. Now we go to Kidnapper's Cave. Yeah, I'm pretty sure also in the Dracky Quest any percent that isn't a Solo Hero, you don't actually need a Sage for anything. Because your characters are unkillable in this difficulty. In the regular any percent, very important. That's annoying. Oh, Goosebumps makes me sit in the fight a turn. I believe in the any percent Dracky quest, you use a thief for spamming oomph powders on your main character, as well as the tiptoe effect. Is a Sage used in the Dracky quest any percent for anything? I don't remember it being used for anything. Alright, next up, loot the Thief's Treasury. 2-man hero plus thief turned into Sage. Okay, next up, we need to use our seeds. Don't care about agility. Alright, I believe we're good to go. Double check. Yep. growth powder. I was thinking of doing an any percent of Dracky Quest. I was gonna use Hero, Thief, maybe a Mage. I was trying to think, what all characters get sap and what all characters get sleep? Because I can't remember if sap's a cleric spell or a mage spell. Now the main problem with the run is how do you spread your XP and how to get the damage where you want it at. Priest and Sage both get sap and sleep. Okay. So maybe Hero, Thief, and a Priest. And I need to figure out what level do you get the one ability on Thief that does 6 times damage to sleeping or whatever targets. Persecutor, that. Yeah, what level do you get Persecutor at? Alright, I got a Baharada. That was Robin Hood too, everybody. He's very easy. So yeah, I was thinking of a strategy that uses Hero for the early game for damage for, say, Ripper and Robin Hood and all that stuff. And maybe prepping Thief for Persecutor for the final boss gauntlet. If you can get enough levels. Okay, now I need to go to All Trades Abbey. Robin Hood 2, or Electric, or Wind Boogaloo used to be my split for that. I changed my splits. Because he's weak to wind. Alright, got Pepper. I go to Portoga. It is dependent on wisdom, yeah. So you'd have to take a personality on Thief that gives better wisdom and agility. But you'd also need a bit of luck and strength. So maybe if you gave... Probably Thief give them a Vamp personality, whereas the Hero would take a Paragon personality. And then for the Priests, you'd want really high intelligence, just so they can... probably intelligence and luck. So maybe something like Wimp. Or you could potentially get the Coward Ring from the Path of Promise. And put that on the Priest. So you can just take any personality and then give them the personality. So their stat scaling's where you want it at. Alright, I got the ship. Your Thief route gets the mini medals for Garter. That's one way to do it. And yeah, I can understand the appeal of 2-man. And now we have the ship, and the only thing we don't want to see are those things I just ran from, jellyfish. they have a chance to paralyze me and make things go slower. Okay, 5 for garters, pretty easy to get. And 8 for a second edged boomerang. And that's also an idea. Though it's easy enough to get enough money to buy 2 of them, but then you're short on oomph powders. The thief can use the boomerang, right? Pretty sure they can. But yeah, you just oomph powder both and just slice through Ripper. And hope whoever gets glared wakes up right away. And that you don't get hit by a double glare. Alright. Now I gotta sell as much stuff as possible. Except for the oomph powder. And our current equipment, we don't need the gust ring anymore. So now we need 1 fading Jenny, and all the oomph powders we can buy. And from here, go outside Skyfell. Yeah, it would save the money. If the medals are fast enough to pick up, it makes sense. And now we're going to Britain. I believe it's called Adina in this game. They like to call everybody bumpkins. Also, the 3-world map is basically based on like the Age of Discovery in the real world. We're gonna use the Fading Jenny. No, this guard won't let you pass, so you have to just sneak by him. But everybody in the castle is fine with you. You talk to all of them, they don't kick you out. Because the guard doesn't like you. And now we have a stupid boulder puzzle. Push that the wrong way. I hate this gate. Why is the sound still going after I skip the cutscene? Why is it so screechy? Sokoban puzzle? I've heard that term before. Alright, pot got. Now that inn we stopped at, actually head there now. Is it nighttime or daytime? Almost nighttime. So we're gonna stay overnight and make it daytime. Now the reason for this, we need to go to the town of Mur up here to get Ortega's helmet. If it is nighttime, you are unable to do the cutscenes and grab it. And staying at the inn in that town is slower than staying at this inn. So, the reason being, there is a spot where you can actually park the boat in the town, or the ship in the town. And we use that because it is much closer to the helmet cutscenes than it is from the inn or anywhere, any other. And that's annoying. Getting trolled by the jellyfish, yet again. The Mana Wars. I like to call them jellyfish, because they're jellyfish. Man of War is literally just a type of jellyfish. Yay, paralysis. Stop calling back up, please. Yeah, let me run away. By the way, in this game, the runaway chances are basically, for each turn, it's 25% chance extra. So you start out with 25% chance to run, 50% chance to run, 75% chance to run, and then you're guaranteed to run away at 4. If they kept the algorithm the same as the other versions. I think it's still roughly the same, because I haven't noticed much of a difference compared to other versions. Alright, skip through all these cutscenes. Accidentally hit no there, don't know how. Guess I had my finger on the down arrow key. Alright, we are gonna equip this right away. The reason we want this... Oh, the NES is 50, 50, 75, 100? Wonder if it's the same for the Game Boy Color. It might be 50, 50, 75, 100. So basically, it's coin flip, slightly better coin flip, guaranteed. I haven't data mined the game, mostly because I don't know how. But I'm sure any data miner could tell you what the exact rates are. It's weird though, you'd think this game would have had more data mining, but the only data mining I've managed to find was somebody found the how the luck stat affects everything. Alright, ultimate key. Now we can open every door in the game. Next up, we're gonna be grabbing our newest weapon, the Dragon Tail Whip, from this island here, as well as these items for money. We're not gonna equip it until close to the next boss fight, though. Alright, next up, we're going here to Grimland. We're just gonna stop here for the zoom point later, because we'll need to come back here. There's also an Elven Elixir we'll be grabbing from there on our revisit. And there are seeds up there that are useful. I believe both strength and luck seeds, but we're gonna skip them. And hope our stats hit the points we want to, so we don't have any trouble. So, although we grab a lot of strength and luck seeds, because they're the most important two for us to get, I skip a lot of them in my world record just to save time. And my record got super lucky. It had a very good Ripper fight. It had a lot of dazzle dodges because my character didn't have enough luck for the Ortega helm to prevent dazzle entirely. That run, for all context, should not have happened. Like, it should not have gotten as good of a time as it did. I got super lucky. But then again, this game is all about the luck stat. At least in some regards. Luck determines your ability to get hit by status effects, meaning if you have enough luck on a character, they will become immune to all status effects. Now, not all. Most? Yeah, sometimes it is better to be lucky than good. It also affects your late game damage, it affects your critical chance. Many abilities are affected by luck. So if you don't hit the base minimum luck, your character will start doing less damage the higher their level goes. And at a certain point, if you do not have enough luck stat growth, your damage will start hitting a fall-off point, which some speedrunners noticed during the early days of speedrunning. I was one of the ones that noticed the fall-off. But it didn't affect me as much because I used to use Kazap strategy, which was more reliant on wisdom than anything else. All spell damage is actually strictly affected by wisdom and no other stat. But if you ever want consistent damage, you can use spells. If you want good damage, though, you can use the physical attack abilities. But once all the damage algorithms were worked out, turns out a strength character with a bunch of luck seeds is the way to go for, at least for the Dracky quest. And the normal one uses the Vamp personality because it has a very good balance of stats. It has very high luck growth, decent strength growth, decent defensive growth. Just overall very good personality to use. Some rough encounter luck this run. Man, I am really not winning any of these coin flips. Alright, so right now, we have the ultimate key, and we're grabbing quest items that we need. This is Raw's Mirror. This is required for one of the upcoming boss fights. And we're also on the quest to get all 7 orbs to awaken the legendary bird Lamia. Now, basically, because we know everything, we just metagame and go straight to where everything is. But normally you would find all this information out by traveling the entire world on the ship and just talking to just about every NPC you can to try and get information. Which would normally lead you to an item called the Echo Flute, or I'm not sure what it's called in this version. And that would take you to where all the orb locations actually are. Or that's how they originally intended this game. 1, you don't need it. 2, they made it even easier to find them in this version. I mean, I'm about to show you the most obvious spot of all in a second here. I mean, surely this isn't where the red orb is. Like, it's just glowing red energy. That can't be where the red orb is. If I could just hit the... Thank you. Surely the red orb's not here. Oh, look, the red orb's here. The most obvious orb in the game. Alright, next up, that inn we stopped at before, we're going back there again. Oh, it's actually, it is, they kept the name Echo Flute in this version. Alright, well, apparently it's the Echo Flute. Alright, now we're going to our next boss fight. We're gonna fight Orochi. Twice. Fun fact, I believe the only bosses you originally fought twice were Robin Hood and Orochi. But then they added a second Solobaramos. So now there's 3 refights. Unless you include the post-game content, in which case you have to fight Divinagon like 5 times. Other bosses were pretty much just a one and done. Now, if you count Solo Baramos as Baramos, you technically fight 4 different forms of Baramos. Oh yeah, you could skip the first one, couldn't you? No, wait. No, I thought you needed to do the first one to access the second fight in the cave, because he wouldn't spawn there. Or at least you could temporarily skip him, from what I remember, and then you could just go back when he was, like, super easy to do. Oh, on the NES version, you could skip the first one. Alright. Don't need this anymore. Alright, we're all set up. We got our weapon on. Got our oomph powders. This is Orochi. Orochi likes to scream. And our strategy going forward. Pop an oomph powder, use whatever slash the boss is weak to. So in Orochi's case, it's Lightning Slash. And then try not to get hit by the crowd control effects, which are out of our control. Speaking of crowd control effect. Alright, that's Orochi 1 down. Now we do get an extra weapon here. We're not going to equip it right away. There's also an upcoming Strength Seed. I will be skipping it. So, the Dragon Tail Whip has a little bit of bonus damage against Orochi because Orochi is classified as a dragon. So, is very much clearly a Hydra. Oh, I accidentally hit the wrong option. I meant to hit no here. And now we need to hope we don't get hit by Burning Breath or the Shout. Like, we did get hit by the Shout once. Okay, one dodge. Two dodges. Three dodges. Four dodges. Oh, one landed. Okay. That's Orochi down. That was almost extremely clean. Yeah, I didn't even need to use that last powder. I don't keep track of the boss's health. If somebody memorizes all the health values and knows exactly how much they need to do, it probably helps them out a little bit. Yeah, Himiko was actually Orochi the whole time. Big surprise. Alright, that's done. Off to fight Boss Troll. And trigger this scene here. 2, grab this. 3, we need to set it to nighttime. Something else they added in this, you can rest at an inn and set the time of day, instead of having to walk around the outside map until it turns to whatever time you need it to be. Also, there is a spell that changes the time of day, and there's the night light in this game, or the dark lamp in the Game Boy Color. I don't remember what else other names there are. Also, you there.
You there!
Still haven't played 11. I need to play 11 at some point. I bought it, it's on my Steam account. I swear I have it installed, I just haven't played it yet, and I plan to get to it eventually. So, the king of this nation was corrupted. And if you actually get arrested here, you'll find the real king has been locked in the dungeon, and that this king is a poser. He's posing as the king. So you need to go get the Roz mirror, which we've already done, to show who this boss actually is. We're gonna put on the sword, and we're gonna use this. Or put oomph powders in. And it was Boss Troll all along. It is I, Boss Troll. You thought it was the king. I did that in the wrong order. Anyways, Boss Troll's weak to fire. So we just oomph powder, flame slash. Hope we don't get hit by Fuddle. And hope we don't get hit by Attack Attacker, which we did. Or more so, we're fine getting hit by Attack Attacker. We don't want the attack drop, because it will counteract part of the oomph powder. Accidentally switch to Lightning Slash. I am playing Dracky difficulty, Argalia. And Dracky difficulty makes it impossible for any of your party members to go below 1 HP. Basically, you're just an immortal god, trying to clear all the bosses as fast as possible. Immortal gods still need to sleep and can still be confused, though. Like so. Confusion is annoying. confused. Yeah, a mix of the grind and also not wanting to die to the second of last boss and have to restart your run. My main reason for I stopped running the normal Dragon Quest, or the normal solo hero percent, is because Bones of Baramos made me rage quit. Literally just Bones of Baramos. He's the easiest boss in the world in Game Boy Color and all the other versions and Dracky Quest. This version, they had to give him regen. Literally, all they had to do is not give the boss something it should have, something it shouldn't have, and they gave Bones of Baramos health regen. And not just a tiny bit of it. No, he heals 300 to 400 some HP every turn. Every turn. And it ruined the run for me. So yeah, if it wasn't for Bones of Baramos, I'd still be running the normal any percent solo hero. Also, Boss Troll in that run is nothing to laugh at. He's a very tough boss, too. Well, in Dracky Quest, you'll see how fast... I'm just gonna say it now. He dies in, like, 3 turns. He's super easy in this difficulty. Boss Troll is being very annoying this run. Okay, finally. Boss Troll's down. This is a very slow fight. Alright. Real King's back, Troll's disposed of, they give us rewards.
Needless.
Mod Rod will need to turn in. The other reward, Mighty Armlet. So now we have 2 of them, and we're gonna put both of them on for the attack boost. In addition to that, put our oomph powders back in, and now we gotta go to Grimland. Also, I mostly exclusively play solo hero. I never got into the regular any percent at all. But as I said, I am working on routing a 100% of the game at some point, so eventually I'll have to have a party. Alright, we trade the Mod Rod for the Boatman's Bone, which without does not spawn the pirate ship. Going to go to the outside of the Shrine of Promise. I used to go to the Pyramid, but, yeah, the Pyramid used to be the fastest way. No, then somebody did more testing. The Shrine of Promise there is a faster pathway to the ship. Also, I don't know if I can Holy Protection yet or not, but I'm gonna try. Also, this place I know I can't Holy Protection, but I'm hoping for a 0 encounter ghost ship. It's usually common to get this, because it's such a short path. 0 encounter ghost ship. Alright, now that we have the Lover's Locket, we gotta go to Olivia's Promontory. If you talk to the people here, you'll find out a little about it. And if you take the ship here, this little pathway here, normally you get pushed out, but now with the Lover's Locket, it's now a skippable cutscene. We now get past here. This version made so many of the cutscenes skippable. I'm wondering how slow, if you did a run where you're not allowed to use the skip button or the fast forward button. Like, you're not allowed to fast forward cutscenes and you're not allowed to skip cutscenes. How slow would a skipless run any percent be? Nobody, as far as I know, nobody's done a skipless run yet. Or at least the category isn't there yet. Maybe someday somebody will want to do one. That's basically any percent with no skips. It doesn't sound that fun to do, honestly, considering how volatile the run can already be. Okay, apparently not high enough level for the water. Cutscene percent. Okay, we're all set up. Say hello to one of the other newer bosses to this game.
Oh.
It's Garboil. Also, it is storming outside. I hope to God I do not lose power. I hope to the, my character, the god, immortal god character, that I do not lose power. So this is Garboil. He's weak to wind. I got Burning Breath. I'm from Pennsylvania. And, yeah, we've had a lot of storms the past, like, week that have just been rolling through constantly. Yeah, stop sending all the storms up here. Now, thankfully, I'm in a somewhat mountainous region, which helps dampen some of the storms, but also because of how many trees there are, we've already had a few trees come down on lines in different areas, which doesn't help. Yeah, there have been a lot of power outages in my state. Thankfully, my power hasn't been out for more than a few hours within the past month. Also, we do not have a high enough luck stat to be immune to Dazzle right now, which is not good. This is a very bad Garboil fight. Constantly getting hit by attackers debuff. Alright, this gargoyle just loves... Oh, there's the typo. He fouses as hard as he can. It should be focuses. Okay, finally, attacker didn't debuff me that time. I'm really close to running out of MP. But that's Garboyle. That fight was so bad, it wasted over an entire minute. Yeah, I can hear the rain sweeping through outside right now. If my stream does cut out, it is definitely because, my power went out. So just a heads up there. In which case, I'm not sure what they'll do on stream. Just give them the warning ahead of time. Try to prepare for every possibility, but the weather is not something you can control. Yet. I didn't even know it was supposed to storm tonight. So I love what they did with this cave. The decorations are so nice. Like, how did all this stuff get here, though? Who the heck made those giant soldier statues? Alright, pick up our next weapon, the Thunderbolt Blade. Just go ahead. Actually, I'll wait to equip it. I need to equip another thing. And hit my goosebumps. Now the good news is, I set the estimate for 3 hours for a reason. Because even if I get, like, the absolute worst luck, I should still be able to make estimate. And I've had some pretty bad luck. Funny thing is, I've actually had 2 gold splits from this run. Apparently I got the bottomless pot faster than usual. I got the red orb faster than usual. Which I think is just chalked up to overworld encounters and good menuing. Everything else, not doing so good. Oh, finally, good fight RNG. I got the stun, so I get a free runaway. Only I could get a few less encounters. And we jump off a cliff here. Takes us to our next path. And we're pretty much just going to be skipping every treasure chest from here on out until much later, because there's nothing we need from this stuff. And now we're on to the slightly maze-like section of the cave, which in the post-game you have to go backwards through for the final dungeon, or, well, not final dungeon. Final not hidden? The post-game you have to go backwards through here to get through its dungeon. And then there's the Temple of Trials, the exclusive final dungeon. But we just have to go forwards through here for this run. Also, Garboil was about the halfway point to the run. If you're going fast enough, though, the silver orb pickup at the end of this cave is... Oh, actually, no. The halfway point would be if you're going fast enough. Austral's the halfway point. For a 3-hour estimate, Garboil was the halfway point. Actually, maybe even Orochi 2 could be considered the halfway point of the run on a really solid world record attempt. Anybody have any questions about the run? Right now we're just going for the silver orb. We've gotten the red, we've gotten the purple. Silver orb is the next one in the list. After that, we're gonna go get the blue orb, which also added a new boss to the game, but he's very much a joke. Then the green orb, which added yet another boss to the game, and they are annoying. There's more of those stone soldier statues. No. This one doesn't have weapon crafting. I think weapon crafting got added in a later Dragon Quest. Since this is a 3 remake, it doesn't add, like, the super new features. Good question, though. Alright, we made it to this spot. That lady out there is a princess. And I'm pretty sure Baramos took over their castle. And despite all that horrendous RNG, we got a gold split just now. That's weird. Okay, next up, Lanson. Oh really? Alchemy was introduced in 8? Interesting. We need to make it daytime here. We're gonna be buying all the oomph powders we need for the rest of the game. This should be enough. I forgot to pick up that seed earlier. Now, I might have had enough oomph powders, but I did buy them just in case. Now we can use Holy Protection for the next dungeon. And this is the solo dungeon, which you're only allowed to enter with one character. And they added a boss fight at the end of it. But for us, since we're already used to fighting bosses by ourselves, is one of the easiest bosses in the game. And on Dracky Quest, or Dracky difficulty, I want to say the easiest bosses are Robin Hood 1, this boss, Pyromancer, and Bones of Baramos. And I think Bones actually might be the easiest, because you literally defeat him in like 3 turns, and you don't have to do much at all. You just oomph powder, lightning slash. Then again, Robin Hood 1, all you do is just put oomph powder in your inventory and just keep hitting the attack button, so he's probably the easiest. Equipment, Thunderbolt Blade, Spiked Armor, throw everything else away, put these in my inventory. And we're good to go. This guy, I don't believe we even need to oomph powder, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 3 lightning slashes. Technically 4 if you count the Mad Vlad. I think before I would use an oomph powder, but Spirit Bracer gives us money. And now, need to go to Adina. Actually, I messed up my pathing here. I changed this route. I actually need the Wayfarer's Inn. Set it until dusk, I think. I'm definitely rusty because I can't remember if I need to actually set it to nighttime or not. Because I need it to be nighttime once we get to Thadon. I called it Tadanki, which is... Oh. Then I need to zoom here. Not chapel, I need shrine. Okay, that'll make the ship spawn in. And we head south. Should be nighttime by the time we get here. Okay. Alright, nighttime, good. And this is the Thadon boss. These guys are annoying. We're gonna lightning slash the phantasms first. It just takes one hit to kill them. And we're hoping they don't use their regular attack. Dying fires are fine, it's the phantoms we don't want doing regular attacks, because they have a chance to paralyze us. There's also a chance that dying fires might put us to sleep if our luck stat isn't high enough, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen either. I'm wondering if maybe an oomph powder and then lightning slashes might be faster here if I can one-shot these instead of two-shotting. I don't think I'd need to test. Unnecessary crit. Alright, that's dying fires. Solid RNG. No sleep, no paralyze. Alright. Now it's everybody's favorite time. Escort quest. We have to go pick up the merchant. The only time we'll ever have somebody in our party with us. Even though they're gonna do absolutely nothing. We're just gonna match through this, and there we go. Next, go to the teleportal shrine. Can't remember if it's faster to go from Skyfell or the teleportal shrine, but I think the teleportal shrine's faster. And I hope Holy Protection works out here. If it doesn't, we just run away. Alright, we made it. And this is the start of the new town. And now we're just gonna zoom back and forth between here to progress the town. It's fun if you name the merchant Ice, because then the town becomes the name Iceberg. I'm just gonna be trying to menu as fast as possible. Angusburg. Hamburg. Pittsburgh. That's a good one. That would be appropriate for me since I'm from Pennsylvania. Oh, let's go out. So now that the theater's built, there is now a cutscene behind the jail. It's faster to leave the town and then re-enter. Get this cutscene. And when we come back, our merchant friend's gonna be in jail. Also, something awkward, they made a lot of the treasures in the new town completely missable. Each version of the town has its own items to pick up, which for 100% is awkward because it means you have to get all the items before progressing the town again.Aloon and Torneco. Talloonburg and Tornecoburg? I don't know what those are. That's the yellow orb. Next up, the boss of the light world, Eremos. First, need to go to the shrine to get the legendary bird Lamia. The original. Origin or an original is what those mean. Torneco Chaloon is the merchant from DQ4. Oh, okay. Mystery Dungeon series existing. What? Why are they the reason the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series? Now I'm very curious about where this is going. Why are they responsible for the Mystery Dungeon? For Neko Mystery Dungeon games? Is it based on like a real person or something? I was gonna say the Mystery Dungeon style of gameplay existed long before Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Long. Did I skip the long? Oh no, it's long. Yeah, I can't skip that. It's on the second scene. Alright. Got a bird. Landbird. There is something I need to go pick up now. I would teleport to the right place. Yeah, they made the bird slow in this version. Same with the ship. I don't know why. It was not necessary to make them both, like, go at the speed of a snail. Hello, other bird. I'm just here for these shoes. Alright. Elevating shoes are great. They boost your luck stat a ton. There's that legitimate drop of our chest of them. They can also drop from liquid metal slimes. And there's one in the pre-order bonus, but that's banned for speedruns, because not everybody got the pre-order. Oh really? The first mystery dungeon was Torneko no Daiboken, Fushigi no Dungeon. Oh, so that potentially inspired the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. And all other Mystery Dungeon style games. I think the most popular Mystery Dungeon games would have to be Azure Dreams, probably at number 1. Then the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games as the number 2, but you'd have to figure out which one's the most popular of them. Then I'm not sure after that. Not sure how popular that original one is. Azure Dreams Randomizer, more specifically. Have you not seen the community for Azure Dreams? There's an insane amount of players that constantly race each other. Actually, I don't even know if it's a... I think it is a randomizer that's super... Yeah, like, although the base game might not be as popular, the randomizer of it is insanely popular and blew up. Like, I constantly seen races on the Speed Gaming channel. Like, I don't see, like, channels constantly playing any other Mystery Dungeon games or Mystery Dungeon style games. Then again, I haven't looked too far into them. I'd have to go through all the speedrun records for every Mystery Dungeon game and see which one's the most popular for speedrunning, I guess. If you were to say a popular Mystery Dungeon game, what would you say it'd be? Oh yeah, I want to play Chocobo Mystery Dungeon at some point. I do have the, I do have it available to play it. Azurchi's Rando could be better called an unrandomizer. It's more of a question is, what's the most popular mystery dungeon regarding sales? What was the most popular mystery dungeon currently? What has been the most popular mystery dungeon to ever speedrun? What is the most popular mystery dungeon base version? What is the most popular mystery dungeon randomized version, or edited version, or modded, or whatever you want to call it? Let's make sure my items are good. Yep, okay, everything's ready. We're about to face Vermos. Pokemon was probably the best selling of all time. Just because it's Pokemon. I'm curious which one of the Pokemons was the most popular, because I really enjoyed Red and Blue the most. Personally, I enjoyed those two the most. Alright, Pheromos. We're gonna be Oomph Powdering, Gust Slashing, because he's also weak to wind. We're hoping he does a lot of physical attacks, so the Blade Armor will actually do damage to him. And we're hoping not to get hit by Fuddle. Also, because we now have the elevating shoes boosting our luck, our damage is a bit higher. Combined with the Ortega helm, we're now immune to Dazzle, which is great. We're also immune to Sleep in all its forms and variants, which is awesome. And when we get the Sacred Armlet, it'll also boost our luck even higher. Oh, are they really scripted? I could have sworn I've had different things used at different points. Or do you mean what actions he can use based on the phase? And he just picks between those actions. Either way, that's Baramos. That is a gold split. That was the fastest Baramos I've ever had. I got hit by no fuddles, didn't have any problems with him. That was clean. Yay, and because we beat him solo, we get a shiny new bastard sword. But then this happened. But we skipped it all. I also added this cutscene to the game. Before you can even move on and do anything. They also locked the Dragon's Queen's castle behind a barrier of fog in this version, whereas you could normally just access it as soon as you got the bird. And then it unlocks like this, so it basically tells you you have to go here. They also made you need to get the light orb before you can even go into the dark world, which is kind of cruel. What? Oh, I forgot I have to do another cutscene here. Man, I'm rusty. Yo, Cordelium, that is a huge raid. Welcome in. We're about 2/3 of the way through the run. We are about to enter the Dark World. And first thing we need to go there, we need to go get the Light Orb from the Dragon Queen. What were you guys playing? Oh, the bird is so slow. Welcome in, Quetzalcoatl. Hug Mom %. That's a fun idea. I would also like to make a cat %. Just find the first cat in the game and pet it. That's cat %. How fast can you find a cat in the pet?
Just know that when faced with...
Alright. Dragon Queen has passed away, leaving behind an egg. We're off to the Dark World. Sadly, we cannot stop the horrors that are to unfold because of the priest there. No, we have a much more immediate and dangerous problem to deal with. That's for another hero to deal with. Whee! Now in the Dark World. AKA the back rooms, because I do not know how any other people from the light world get here. I just assume they fall through a crack in the floor. It just gets sucked into here somehow. Because that entrance was heavily guarded. Next up, we're off to Tantegel. We need to get the Sunstone, which will help us make the Rainbow drop to get to Zoma's Citadel. So, this game has a bunch of quest markers that you can turn on too, which is pretty cool. Speaking of quest marker, there's just a big X on top of the city here. They did add a lot of beginner-friendly and guides to this game to make it super easy for anybody to get into. So if you're ever lost, just turn on the quest markers and go to the quest marker. Welcome in, Karan Raiders. And give her the good lucks. Right now, we are pretty much on pace for estimate. We are 8 minutes behind world record, which is still fairly fast. And most of the time loss was to an early boss fight called Ripper. He is the bane of my existence when doing this run. Also, you may see the character go down to 1 HP and no lower than that at some point. That is because we are on the Dracky difficulty. It makes any of your characters unkillable gods. There's the Sunstone. And now we head north. So the next boss we're gonna fight, Soul of Baramos, and his 2 Ash Demons. He is at the top of the Tower of Rubis. I'm not sure, actually. The Drackies I remember from some of the other Dragon Quest games looked more like tiny demons, if anything. They could be baby dragons. Speaking of dragons, now we need to stop in here. Just for the zoom point. They changed North Cave to Talantere Tunnel, which is really cool. I'm gonna zoom to the outside, and that'll put the ship up at the top there. I can see the ship spawned in. Early Dragon Quest monsters, they're a type of bird. What are you, a bird? A bat? A dragon? A demon? Nobody knows. What's that, a bird? A plane? No, it's a Dracky. Whatever that is. We got a little bit of sailing to do. Not really much going to be going on. We're just going to be running from encounters constantly. Akira Toriyama. Rest in peace. What's that? A Dracky? A bird? No, it's just Goku this time. Here's a good question. What is the most remembered thing that Akira Toriyama has made, and why is it Dragon Ball Z? At least in the West, it's probably Dragon Ball Z. Though there are a lot of things he's known for making, or at least starting, or having some in, has done something for. What is Dr. Slump? Chrono Trigger's a big one. I want to say, if it comes to media and TV, it'd probably be Dragon Ball Z. If it comes to video games, it would probably be Chrono Trigger or Final... Did he have a part in any of the Final Fantasy? I can't remember. Also trying to remember my pathing here. Failing to do so properly because I didn't go to the outside here. And there's the forging hammer, which will let us get the Falcon Sword, the best weapon in the game at this point. Also, something else that helped me save time from the previous world record holder, I do coal differently. My pathing is much faster than what they did. Basically, I go in the left side entrance to talk to the guy, and then I go in the main entrance to grab this, and I circle around the side. I did test this path thoroughly, and it helped me save, like, probably 20 seconds on the previous world record holder. Because if you exit here and go back in, it puts you at the bottom entrance. That's just a very clean routing of this place. Of coal and picking up all the items we need here. Alright, so now I'm gonna sell our Thunderbolt Blade, and a bunch of equipment. I still don't have enough. That should be enough. And... uh-oh, I made a mistake. I forgot to go in the tower. Oops. I guess we're walking there. Normally I go into the tower for a zoom point, so I can fast zoom back to it, and apparently I forgot to do so. Oops. Also, I love how our hero always has a shield out, even though I don't have a shield equipped. Why is my game dropping frames? Or lagging? Feels weird. Alright, Tower of Rubus. Oh, that's cool. 10 soundtrack is pretty good. Not my favorite, though. But then again, my favorite is 10-2's soundtrack, and I also really like 13's soundtrack. I'm split between, well, 10-2 also shares a lot with 10. But 10-2 also introduces two really, really good vocal songs. One at the beginning of the game, too. Inspirational artists that have existed in the world. Bob Ross, Akira Toriyama. Probably a bunch of others, too. A Thousand Words is such a nice song. 10-2 also does have a fun ATB gauge. 10-2 is also the first Final Fantasy game I have ever tried to speedrun, and I started speedruns of that recently. I play HD2D Remake, any percent, no creature collector. And I've actually introduced a new start to the route that I've been trying to make more consistent, because I think it can be faster than the current route. Just using the Festivalist Stress Sphere instead of using the Thief Stun combo. Oh, another game that has a really good soundtrack, but you have to go and hunt for the musicians. 13 Lightning Returns. It has a kazoo cover of Clash on the Big Bridge, Gilgamesh's theme song. It has this one song from, I believe, Final Fantasy III. In the desert area, there's a musician that sings that. And I'm not sure what other hidden songs are in that game. I want to do like a musician percent of Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, whereas your goal is to find all the hidden musicians in the game and listen to all their songs in their entirety as fast as possible. But the kazoo variant of Clash on the Big Bridge is my favorite variant of that song of all time. Because every song is better with a kazoo cover of it. You don't remember the kazoo cover in Lightning Returns? There is a YouTube video of it. Somebody did an in-game recording of it and posted it on YouTube, you can find. Gilgamesh is only available... Actually, I don't know if he's available as a hidden boss in Lightning Returns. No, I mean Lightning Returns. There, in the city where you would normally face Snow, and basically break him out from his demon form, where he starts turning into a CF. In the pathway near the fortune tellers, when you're heading from the main shopping district to the palace, it is on that pathway there is a musician that does a kazoo cover of Clash on the Big Bridge, Gilgamesh's main theme song. It's also right near the sewer entrance that leads between areas. Like, I know exactly where this spot is because I've stopped there on numerous occasions during my casual 100% that I'm working on. Oh yeah, he does sell you a ticket to the show too after you bought the ticket. And you found the YouTube video. Also, I may be a little overestimate now because I had a very slow split here. They are all available on Steam, technically. I didn't get used to it. So this is a rough fight. I don't think I've had any crashes from the 13 series yet, and I haven't used any special patches for them. Now 10.2 I've had a crash happen, or a couple crashes happen. Yeah, if you don't have a desktop or any functional computer, Steam does have some issues. This has been a very annoying fight. Finally. Runs and loads slow. Gotcha. Alright. Solibur almost done. 3 Rubis. Got our accessory now. Go ahead and put that on. And we're going to set up our inventory for the final gauntlet. Evac out. Wait. Okay, if your computer can handle Baldur's Gate 3, it can definitely handle Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns. Like, sure, it might load and save slow for that game, but 13 through Lightning Returns are not that intensive on the computer. Baldur's Gate 3 is very resource intensive, or at least the original release of it was. Just don't try to play the Oblivion remaster. Your computer might actually just hard crash. My computer can't even handle the Oblivion remaster. Well, actually, no. I was able to handle it, but I was at between 10 and like 30 frames at all times. And it was just really choppy, really laggy, would have a lot of frame drops. 13 sold pretty well on its original release, but I think 13.2 and Lightning Returns, people were off-put because they didn't have as fun of a time with 13. So I think they go on sale a lot now because, well, they've gotten pretty old, and they were also one of the least popular Final Fantasies, arguably. I'm curious what the least popular Final Fantasy game is of all time. Or at least mainstream one. Maybe not including the sequels. Oh, that's cool. Probably not this one, though, considering this is one of their newest releases. Nobody likes Final Fantasy II. That's interesting. I wonder, has there been any sales for the 3 remake at all yet? Very curious. Alright. Shrine of the Spirit. Talk to the fairy that gave us the personality quiz. We're just gonna skip all the cutscenes, though. I got the Staff of Rain. Considering how new this remaster is, or remake, or whatever you want to call it, I don't think it'll go on sale for at least another year. Oddly enough, I bought this game on regular pre-order on Steam, and I bought the combo pack for like $200 some for the Xbox, and I still haven't opened it for the Xbox because I want to keep it in mint condition. So I think it has a code inside the box or something to access all the content for it, or it has everything preloaded into the disc. I'm not sure which. Oddly enough, the disc box doesn't look any different from a regular version of the game as far as I can tell. Yep, I got my pre-order package all sealed and in mint condition. I can show it off if I have a little bit of extra time after the run. Alright, so now we have the rainbow drop. I'm gonna go to Quagmire Cave. Faster path to Zoma's Citadel. Feels bad not hitting any of these liquid metal slimes. but you don't really need the experience when you're unkillable. Seriously, more liquid metal slimes. I want to hit them so bad. They're so tempting. Rainbow. I now have a rainbow to walk across. Alright, that was a rainbow bridge. Oh hey, those guys also use the focus attack that has a typo. Monsters are holding me hostage. I've not had very good encounter luck at all this run. Alright. Made it to the Citadel. This is the final dungeon of the game. Post game. We have a strange boss fight coming up that they changed very much from the previous versions. So, the Stone Guardians. Normally you'd fight 3 pairs of 2 individually, and you could heal in between them. This version decided, hey, what if we just put them all into one single boss fight, and you fight them in order, in pairs of 2, and you have to defeat all of them. In a row without being able to heal outside of battle or anything. Ooh, nice crit. I'm actually gonna use an oak powder this time. Alright. Oh, one more attack. I lowered my hack. Oh, there he goes. That is Stone Guardians done. And then they're dust. You don't even get to walk through the room and see how the statues look. It just throws you into the fight as soon as you get in here. Also, because we're 1 HP, we don't get to hear the zappy flippers. They have a fun noise to them. Dragon Quest and its obligatory floor puzzles. Or just RPGs and their floor puzzles. Either way, if you press your arrow key in the direction of the blue arrow, blue basically takes you upwards. is the best way I remember this. Now, going left or right, okay, so the 1 HP thing is I am on Dracky difficulty. There's 3 difficulties in the game. Dracky, Dragon, and Draconian. Dracky is basically the easy mode of the game. Your characters can't die. A lot of the bosses have their regen removed. A few other differences, but those are the main 2 things that matter in the run. Normal, bosses have normal regen, XP is normal, you can die. Draconian, bosses are harder, you'll take more damage, do less damage, their elemental resistances are buffed. To get less XP, less gold, and Draconian's a mess. But I run Dracky because the normal difficulty has a boss upcoming here in the final gauntlet called Bones of Baramos. He is a nightmare. Like, he is terrible. He is a run ender, and he's just cruel and unusual. Like, if you want your run, you want to go to the second to last boss, and you want to be on really good pace or world record pace, all it takes is one bad Bones or Baramos fight, and you're resetting the whole run at the end of a very long run. And this game, this variant, much more consistent, much faster. Also, my world record for this category, normally I do the Soaring Scourgers first, but I've actually thought of a faster way to do this. So I target the Dragon Zombie first. Hopefully it'll do a regular attack at some point. Actually meant to do the Frantic War there. So the trick I was going to be doing is using the Blade Armor here to get rid of the Hydra. Use the Flame Slash and a partial Blade Armor to get rid of the Dragon Zombie, but it's not doing a regular attack. Get rid of the Franticors before the Surger because their spell animations are really slow. And then have bad luck anyways and have to individually kill everything regardless. Alright, so I think that's the slowest possible way to do that fight. Just because of bad luck. But oh hey, we found our father, and he literally passes away right in our arms. He has been on a several-year journey just to get here, and we got here within, well, for our character, it's just been a few days. For us, it's been less than 3 hours. Ortega is now just dust in the wind. Yeah, he had to be playing on Draconian mode. Also, something funny, so I don't know about this version, but in the Game Boy Color version, he does a very specific set of actions with the fight. And he runs out of MP at a specific point. And his health isn't very high. I actually kind of like reverse engineered what personality he probably had and what his stats and level probably were based on their main character stats. And I forget what it was, but like it's very possible he had like a very very bad setup. All right, I think we have everything we need. This off, this here. All right, King Hydra. First boss of the final gauntlet.
Here I go.
And if my splits are anything to go by, I am going to be 2 minutes behind estimate.
All right.
Also, for final boss gauntlet, we use Falcon Slash on King Hydra and Lightning Slash for everybody else. Nice crit. Fortunately, getting hit by fear quite a bit here. Okay, that's King Hydra done. I just noticed we did just get Kazap. Normally I don't unlock it by this point. Like I said... Huh. Odd. Then again, it doesn't do as much damage as Powder Lightning Slash anyways. Immediately with the paralysis. Yeah, I think I did roll well on Wisdom. Yeah, definitely low on luck. Okay, welcome to Paralysis, the boss fight. Oh my, another freaking paralysis. What the heck? Okay, make that 4 minutes overestimate. another paralysis. Solar are almost done. Alright. Now for the easiest, well, one of the easiest fights in the game on this difficulty.
Ready now.
That's Bones. Extremely difficult fight on literally anything but Dracky. Fill up on oomph powders. And we're on to the final boss fight. Oops, I used the wrong thing. Meant to use this. Because now he's just gonna get rid of my oomph powder. Because he starts out with a disruption wave. Proceeds to open up with another disruption wave. And another disruption wave. Oh. Talk about that RNG. And I hit Falcon Slash. Can I get on Falcon Slash? Yeah, got a crit. Oh, I just realized I can't do math. My world record is a 2:39:11. So that would mean I'd have to go 21 minutes behind world record to end up not on estimate. I'm still good by another 7 minutes right now. Then again, I also had a little bit of technical difficulties. It took a couple minutes. Bad. This is Marathon RNG, Lance. That's all this is. Oh, hey, he's focusing. Or falsing. Now he can actually use desperate attacks, which will help. Yeah, I was messing up my math. I'm actually 6 minutes until I hit estimate, and I'm still good. Yeah, good thing I had... Oh, I'm gonna use the spear again. Yeah, good thing I had a 3-hour estimate. Even with this dreadful luck, I'm still good. Okay, that worked out that time. So time's coming up. Oh, right now, actually. I didn't realize he was literally just one hit away there. But that's it. That's GG's. I thought he had a little extra health, but he didn't. And now we just get to walk out of here. Notice how the only open chest there is the Mimic chest, because it doesn't want you fighting any monsters after Zoma. We're gonna walk out of here and get to the credits. And, there's another run or two after me, right? How's the status on the next runner getting ready? Okay, Keanu is all set up, ready, intermission scene will be up, and DQ music will be playing in the background. That was at 9:49. So I can technically cut off now if you want, unless you want me to go to the credits. But anyways, all I do here is just leave here, zoom to Tanticle, talk to the king. That's the credits. Nice little song at the end. And yeah, coming up next is Dragon Quest VIII on the 3DS. Okay. Alright, well, I'll go to the credits. Alright, I just realized the webcam doesn't show up on the RTA Marathon, so I can't even show off my little collection thing from the, pre-order. Alright. If you skip here, it skips all the way to the end of the credits. But, this is the end of the game. Thank you, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And yep, if you want to see more, I play a lot of RPGs, strategy games, and card games. I speedrun this, though I haven't touched it in a while. Being 16 minutes behind my world record shows that I'm really, really rusty and had bad RNG. I also started speedrunning 10-2. I also speedrun Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. And I do play other games in general, and even take game requests with channel point redeems. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed, and hope everybody enjoys the upcoming Dragon Quest VIII run, and the rest of the RTA Marathon 2025. I was gonna say RPG Marathon, I meant this. Dragon Quest RTA. Anyways. This will lead into the credits and an even better song. And the credits here, characters designed by Akira Toriyama. The credits will also have little scenes of the post-game of, like, people doing stuff. So you can see here, character kneeling to the king. This is my favorite part, the song. And this, I believe, is kind of like the story of what the character's doing after defeating Zoma. That's it for the run. You can either cut out now, or you can wait till the end of the credits if everybody wanted to watch the credits here. And here's what happened to Robin Hood and crew. They found a new lair in the Dark World. There is a nice little cutscene at the end of the credits. Because this is the prequel to 1 and 2. And it gives a nice little introduction to the remake of 1 and 2. And look, it even shows the golem that gets made, which is a part of 1, I believe. So these guys were working on designing a guardian, and they succeeded. Hero talking to Rubus's attendant, and I believe, like, she sends him back to his world or something. He or she, depending on what appearance you're playing as. Yep, the golem was born. Soldier... Don't know how the Dark World hole is still there, since it apparently got sealed up or something. Here's All Trades Abby. The slime hairdresser they added is so freaking adorable. There's the King of Portoga talking to Nordy. They are best of friends. And goes to visit him. Those two happily together that we rescued and skipped all the cutscenes of. They're the two we rescued from Robin Hood 2 fight. Don't listen to the voice acting at all in that area, it is absolutely horrendous. I believe they're deciding the new leader of Japan here. Possibly a marriage, not sure what's going on there. There's the guy who said you there in Minoza, talking to the Minoza King. And the ghost of the swordsman, whose story I'm not sure of because I skip all those cutscenes and haven't actually watched them through. Not sure where this one's at. I think those were the people from Myrrh. Here's the bird resting on its pedestal. Such a majestic animal. He's such a pretty model. And Mom, sadly, sitting at a desk all alone. Probably the saddest one of these scenes. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's basically Lamia in the chat there. Alright, and then we have our little cutscene here.
Your Majesty, fear not, for I will see that thine offspring grows into a fine leader of the land.
If you know, you know.
I promise, nay, I swear, upon my name, the name of Hargon.
The lead up they did to 1 and 2 for this is so good. Alright, that's everything. You're good to cut to intermission.